in the House. Joining me now to discuss, Missouri Republican Congressman and member of the House Armed Services Committee, Mark Alford is here. Welcome, Congressman.
Thank you, Kennedy. Good to be here.
So it's very interesting because back in 2002, there were a lot of Republicans who were really pushing for vengeance and pushing for war. That has certainly changed, and there are more in your party who have become anti-interventionist. Is this a victory for those people in your party?
I'm going to disagree with Chuck Schumer, and I'm going to agree with Ted Cruz, who spoke on the Senate floor today. We have to retain some of these AUMFs so we can have the deterrence we need to keep our enemies at bay. Just like the B-2 bomber that comes from Whiteman Air Force Base in my district of Missouri is a deterrent to communist Chinese government from invading Taiwan potentially. These are deterrent tools. They are tools that we have in our tool belt that we can keep the enemies, the Islamic terrorists, at bay.
But what about things like Afghanistan and, AUMF that were used to justify a decades-long war that saw hundreds of thousands of U.S. servicemen and women return home with PTSD that the government has failed them so utterly in terms of treating? What do you tell people like that who look at those wars and they feel a sense of emptiness and betrayal?
No doubt, Kennedy, we do need to take a better care of our veterans with PTSD. There's a lot of suicide issues, mental health issues. We need to take care of our veterans. We're not saying that. What we're saying is I do not want to see Joe Biden screw something up again like he did in Afghanistan. This is the reason I got into this race 2 years ago when Joe Biden abandoned our allies and our people in Afghanistan, our friends, and left 13 service members there to die on that wall, and then checks his watch when their bodies come home. That was a defining moment. We cannot give this administration another window to screw things up. And if we retract this now, that's exactly what he's going to do. That is a great fear. I think it's a realistic fear.
But it's someone like Joe Biden who is so bad on foreign policy and who has become so hawkish in all the wrong ways, has this blank and endless AUMF, to Rand Paul's point, he could abuse that. So are you looking to replace it with something else more specific?
I think down the line we do need to do that. Right now we're very concerned with Iran. I mean, they're just days away from the latest reports of having a nuclear weapon. If we pull out, if we are pulling our troops out completely of that region, we have no leverage. We have to have a footprint. We have to have leverage. We need to be deterrent against the Islamic terrorists.
All right, but the Islamic terrorists, they have changed. The mission has changed. The theaters have changed throughout the years. And with that change, the only thing that has happened is presidents have gained more power for themselves and Congress has abdicated its responsibility. Hasn't that left the American people also feeling betrayed that Congress hasn't been doing their constitutional role?
Kennedy, you're right on that. Congress has not done its job. We have given up power in a lot of ways, not just to this administration, but to past administrations. And I'm here to tell you that our freshman class, we have several Navy SEALs and Green Berets, people who have a deep dedication, not just for our military, but for the success of America. We have China breathing down our necks right now. They are the greatest threat to our national security right now, and half America is asleep. They're on their TikTok. We have Chinese spy balloons floating over our district, home of the B-2 stealth bomber. We've got to wake up and realize that the big bad wolf is at the door. He is huffing and puffing. We better make sure that our nation is made of brick and not straw.
Yeah, well, we have to do something about it because we have 1 million dead Americans from COVID who cannot speak for themselves, thanks in large part to China, who doesn't want to take any responsibility.
That's
I share your frustration.
And we're getting to the bottom of that in Congress. I'm telling
right.
you that right now. The Oversight and Judiciary Committee, we're going to get to the bottom of the lies that this administration has perpetrated on the American people and left so many people dead.
Good. I can't wait to see accountability. Congressman Alford, thank you so much.
Thank you.